Welcome back to the WordPress development series, Taxonomy to JSON Part 2. In this video, I take this custom taxonomy, which has a parent-child data structure, and turn it into a custom data array like this, which prepares this data to be written into a JSON file. Let's get started. Okay, in the last video, we collected all the state taxonomies, which are parent, and then we stripped those objects and collected the necessary data terms and created our own data structure here, right? Our own little array. So this time, let's go attack the cities. These children we're going to now display. Okay, to do so, we're going to need the state ID, right? So let's go to the next step. Okay, and let's collect the city IDs. And for this, we need to use this function, get term children. And in this one, we have to give it a state ID and the taxonomy name. And this time we're going to disable this. Before we do, we copy it and we bring it here so that we can see the city IDs, right? So this one's disabled and this one's enabled, so let's go see what we're getting. Oh, there you go. So this is basically showing us the city IDs on a state-by-state basis, because this is the loop where each state is going in and providing their term IDs, right? Let's disable this and let's go to the next step. This time we're going to go ahead and put it through a loop of for each city IDs as a single city ID, right? And inside that, okay, now we're going to go ahead and collect the city object where all the necessary data would be, right? So let's, not to be confused with the other one, this one was get terms. A little s makes a difference, and when you're using get terms, you provide arguments and the taxonomy name or taxonomy slug, right? But in here we're going to use DID, city ID, and we're going to change this with city object. There you go. Now let's see what we're getting. Before we got the IDs, now see, now we are getting all the data of the cities. So we are getting what we are looking for. So once again, now that we're getting what we are looking for, we have to create a bucket, and all the collected data we're going to now store inside that bucket. Just like before, here we have all sorts of data, but what we need is the term ID, the name, and the slug. So let's go for it. Alright, so now our new array should be ready, and let's go enable that and see what we have. And before we do, just one good look, because these are nothing but objects with all sorts of data, and it even says that, like term object, right? But now what we're about to see is the array that we created. right? So let's refresh. Boom. All right. But what's happening here though, it's adding to the loop every single time, right? So what we have to do, this bucket needs to be emptied out. Once we get enough Alabama, we have to stop, empty, and then start with Alaska, and then stop and start with Georgia, so on and so forth. So we need to reset it. So we just copy this, and we have to go all the way to the bottom, because this is where we're going to be adding the cities also. So at the very bottom of the main loop, the main state loop, this guy right here, right? Let's follow this curly brace right here. This is where we place it, and leave a little comment there. And this time we bring this guy out of here, out of the loop, and drop him right above this guy. Now let's go refresh. Oh, all right. They're just going by state. And now that we have our cities array got created, so in here we're going to create another variable called cities and dump this array right here. Save it. So now this would be our target array, city and states. And right here this time, enable this, back again, save it. This should be our main targeted data structure, and let's go refresh, and we got it. So now you can see we have our target cities, states and cities. We get Alabama and the corresponding cities: Birmingham, Huntsville, Alaska, Anchorage, Wasilla, so on and so forth. So now we got our target data structure. On the next video, we're going to go ahead and convert that into JSON and write to a file. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please smash the like button and the subscribe button. This will help me bring more free contents like this to you every week. Thanks again.